Never know if we're actually live when Facebook says live because now Facebook says we're live. Welcome to Direct Mail, Monday, February 26th, 2024. Steve Sipress here, and I received this postcard in the mail recently from a windshield replacement business. Now, just so everyone knows out there who's not from here in Arizona, windshield replacement is an extremely as competitive an industry as you could possibly have for a couple of reasons. Number one, there's very little grass here in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area of Arizona. There are a lot of rocks and pebbles all along the sides of roads, highways. Rocks and pebbles are always hitting windshields and cars. And it is Arizona state law that anyone with comprehensive coverage on their insurance, any decent insurance coverage, gets a free, no deductible windshield replacement once a year, as they're recognizing how badly windshields get cracked and chipped down here in Arizona. They want people driving safely. So for that reason, so many windshields are replaced down here in Arizona that the competition to do that work is extreme. And when there's extreme competition, that's the mother of innovation. There's extreme, irresistible offers, extreme offers being made all over the place. So if you are in a business or a location of your business where you perceive that you have a lot of competition, you want to get really aggressive with attracting new customers, clients, patients, members, whatever it is to you, with as many and as irresistible offers as you can possibly put out there. And so this might give you some ideas of what you can do. You're going to see a lot of these are transferable to many, many, many different businesses, if not every business, but certainly many of them. And so, as with all my teachings, you want to not cubbyhole yourself into saying, oh, gee, I'm not in the windshield replacement business, Steve. This tip is going to have nothing to do with me. Rest assured it's going to have plenty to do with you, and hopefully gives you ideas of how you can overcome stiff competition in your area. Now, if you have very little competition in your area and you do anything like this, man, you're just going to explode your business. You're going to make sure that no competition even comes into your area, or if they do, they don't stay very long because they just say, man, we just cannot compete. Look at the advertising and marketing this person is doing. So here is the postcard, and I'll share. I don't even think we'll have time to go over all of it here. Don't want to keep you all day, but it's full color, both sides, slightly oversized, and it's using EDDM from the U.S. Postal Service, every door direct mail. So it's cheaper than putting a postage on it. You pay a lot less. You just pick an area, a zip code or neighborhood or whatever area it is. Consult your local postmaster to find out how you can use every door direct mail in your area. But you just pick, in this case, very affluent area and surrounded by multi-million-dollar homes on all sides, including a $20 million plus monstrosity going up across the street from me up on the mountain. Really spectacular home they're building there. And so that's the neighborhood that this windshield replacement company chose to prospect it, to send their postcard to. So here it comes, and right away the main offer is in the largest lettering there in red, right there on the front. $200 cash back on insurance improved windshield replacement with calibration. Now, for those that don't know, calibration just means whenever you place the windshield, the little camera that is in the windshield of just about any modern car needs to be recalibrated, right? Needs to be refocused in the right spots, and there's different ways of calibrating for different makes and models, whatever. But if you don't do that calibration, then things are off, like beeping when you're drifting out of the lane, or automatic stopping when you get too close to the car. But that's all done with a camera in the windshield. So that's what calibration means. And on the back, they have $140 cash back when you do the insurance approved windshield replacement without the calibration. Although I question how the insurance would approve the windshield replaced without the calibration. It's a little bit correct, but I guess they do, right? So $200 cash back with the calibration, $140 without it. So two things you want to do when you're putting together, well, there's a lot of things you want to do, but two main things you want to do first when you're putting together your irresistible offer is you got to really know your ideal target who. In this case, an affluent homeowner, although I'm guessing that they're going to use the same postcard everywhere. So it's just pretty much anybody that has any kind of decent insurance. You have comprehensive coverage, so any kind of decent later model car, and you want to, who obviously likes to keep their car in good shape and get that windshield replaced once a year for free with no deductible like they can, and more often, if they get any chips or cracks, they want to get it fixed. So what do those people want? Well, number one, price. Obviously a big issue, I can tell, because I get a bunch of these postcards and they're fighting over $150 cash back, $200 cash back, this, that, whatever. So number one thing people like here, they're price conscious. Pretty much just about everybody, once they decide on somebody to use, then we're conscious of the price. But there's a lot of times that you can take price completely out of the issue with adding in bonuses, adding on better service, adding on all kinds of other levels of things that your competitors are not doing, like in the fine dining world. People will pay $80 for the same steak, or pretty much the same steak, that they pay $30, $40. $80 in the finest fine dine, or $150 in a really fine dine, or more. Pretty much the same piece of meat that they could cook in a $40 mid-range steak place, and so on, because of the ambiance and all other things that go into fine dining. Anyway, back to the windshield repair. So a discount is one, but you don't want to stop there. Here's some other things. What about free food? Just about any business can add in free food to beef up your offer, pun intended there, because here it is, Big Nate's Family Barbecue. So barbecue beef, you can beef up your order, remember that. Ask about free Big Nate's, and on the back, they have the details over right there in the middle. Free $50 pulled piggy box, which I'm getting at Big Nate's. You see the Big Nate's logo again. So I'm guessing that pulled piggy box means something to do with pulled pork, I guess, but probably just $50 worth of free food at Big Nate's. Holy cramoly. So now you got your $200 cash back and $50 worth of food. Who cannot use free food in addition to whatever you're offering? Does it have to be $50? Can it be $100? Can it be $20? Can it be $5? Hey, a free Starbucks $5 gift card. Is there such a thing? With inflation running rampant, can you get a coffee for $5 anymore? But I digress. You can add in an extra bonus, in this case, free Big Nate's food. Now, I don't know about Big Nate's. I'm not a big fan of barbecue beef or pork or whatever they got, but hopefully that's something that has multiple locations in the area and an excellent reputation. So a little story that I did this, I've done this with hundreds of clients over the years. I did it with a client years ago who was, I have clients all over the world, and this client in his area, and I suggested he get a restaurant in the area and add this into his offer. And he said, oh, I know a guy who owns a restaurant for the chamber. We're friends, this and that. He'll do it. I think it was a pizza place, but okay, free pizza with every whatever. Oh, he owned a pharmacy, so it was whatever minimum purchase in the pharmacy, every prescription you fill, or whatever it was. And I said, okay, right. And I didn't check. I just didn't do the simple thing of going to Yelp or Google reviews or anywhere and looking up this pizza place he told me about, because it ends up had a horrible reputation, like 1-star reviews, like the food is crappy, the service is terrible, or whatever. I'm like, because he was like, hey, this thing isn't working. People aren't coming in for the free thing. Then I looked it up. I was like, well, see. So I neglected to say, which I'm going to say in this tip here, like, please understand that whatever business you're tying to yours, right? So in other words, the windshield replacement company is not pretending we're going to start cooking up some barbecue, unless, of course, the owner or the owner's wife or cousin or somebody they know is an excellent chef and you want to set up a barbecue thing right in your business or right outside alongside of it or whatever. But in this case, they're piggybacking, again, no pun intended, off another business for the bonus. You want to make sure that business is reputable, has a sparkling, great reputation. That's going to, oh man, free Nate's, I hope my windshield gets cracked. Oh, look, there's a tiny crack because I got to go in and get that free Nate's. I love Nate's. I want to bring the whole family. Well, again, with prices and inflation the way they are, I don't know if you can get a whole family in there for $50, but maybe you can. It just sounds great, right? So, hey, we're going out for dinner and on the way, we're just going to bring in the car in. Takes 20, 30 minutes to, fix the crack or whatever, replace the wind. I guess you got to replace the windshield to get the big Nates. Boom. So, can any business do that? Yes. You got to do it right. Okay. Understand that when you're tying your business to another, you're tying their reputation to yours, right? Another one. As if that's not enough to bring people in. How about people also? First of all, free is the most powerful word in all of advertising and marketing. So you want to think about how many free things you can give away. So the free piggy pork bucks. How about right next to it, the free chip repair? Chip repair can cost, I don't know, 50, 100 $100 or more, maybe even 150, $200 for big chip repair. So free chip repair, first chip only. Okay, they don't want to repair like 100 free chips on the windshield, but a free chip repair. So now we get a $50 chip repair, a free $50 worth of barbecue. How about this one? Get a customer care kit at no charge. I'm surprised they didn't use the word free again. Like, it's a free customer care kit, but now they use the euphemism, which is weaker than, of course, otherwise I would let you know, and it would be a fact that no charge would be the most powerful words in all of advertising and marketing. They are not. Free is the most powerful word in all of advertising and marketing. No charge, probably close, but takes a little translation. Oh, no charge. Oh, that means free. Like, can we just say free? As big and bold as we possibly can. What if it put free, free, free? If you ask me, that'd be pretty cool. But possibly they've tested this, and they found that free, free, and then something that gets people's involvement. They got to read a little more carefully to see what it is. Oh, it's no charge. And the reason I say that there's possibly testing going on here is because this is mailed from out of state, from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, just north of Philly. And therefore, I did door-to-door sales there back in my door-to-door sales days, my 9-year door-to-door sales career. So I know Lancaster. I'm thinking of Westchester, Lancaster. I think that's also close to Philly. Yeah, mine is clouded over the 30 years since I've been there. I know this is nationally done, right? This is the local Arizona company that is getting an expert like me to do the postcard. They probably do this for hundreds of windshield replacement shops around the country. They ask them what's a good local restaurant that you can talk to and get this $50 worth of big Nates for the food cost of $12 or $15 or whatever, or do some trade and say, I'll do this for you, you do this for me, or just the fact that they're putting big Nates on their thing is some trade. They're mailing out, hey, we're mailing out 100,000 of these postcards in the area, touting how great Big Nate's is, so give us a deal, blah, 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 right? So anyway, I'm guessing since it's a company with an out-of-state, being mailed out of state, it's an expert like me that put this together, and they're likely testing this over the hundreds of thousands or millions of postcards that they mailed. So I'm going to take their word for it that, in this case, the customer care kit at no charge. The no charge better than the free. Okay, I'll give it to them, or possibly they're testing on this very postcard using no charge instead of free and realizing it's depressing results, and they'll put back the word free. I don't know. But anyway, I like the fact that they're naming this a customer care kit. They could have just said, I look at what it is. It's a $70 value, includes wipers and a tint strip. They could have said free wipers, free tint strip. No, let's give it a name that sounds great to the prospective client, to the prospect, right? A customer care kit. We care about our customers. We're going to give you a free or no charge customer care kit. Includes a tint strip and wipers. And it says includes, but could have said consists of. Maybe it includes. Maybe there's some other stuff. So smart to say the word includes, because maybe I'm thinking, hey, includes those two, and what else? Something else. So now I'm getting $70 worth of wipers, tint strip, a $50 and up chip repair, $50 worth of food, and $200 cash back. They're just stacking on the value here to make this more and more irresistible. Makes sense? And just when you think they couldn't offer anything else, you want to think about what people desire and what they can't stand, what their pet peeves. And anyone that takes their car into the shop or has to take themselves into the shop in a doctor's office or a dentist's office or whatever cannot stand waiting in a waiting room and cannot stand a crappy waiting experience with chairs with the springs popping out and it's smelly and 10-year-old magazines and you're twiddling your thumbs and it's an old not even a flat screen, it's an old console TV with a dial. You got to get up and change it. I mean, people don't like that, right? So, man, check out their waiting room experience. They have first-class family entertainment. So now they're using the word family in there to, again, as to me, the idea of Big Nate's family barbecue. Family. Right there in the logo. So $50 worth. Bring your family in there and bring your family into the place while we do this, because look what your family is going to get. Free drinks, free snacks, free Wi-Fi, free arcades, which I think means arcade games. Like, how much to go get some games at an estate sale or an auction or used somewhere or whatever and put a couple old Pac-Man or pinball machines or whatever arcade games there are in there. They have a few photos here. I can't make out anything in the photos, but I'm guessing they're photos of snacks, the waiting room, the outside. There's a big screen. Big screen, what's that about? Oh, plus an in-shop movie theater. Come on now. So is that a waiting experience or what? Could you have that kind of waiting experience in whatever business you have a waiting room? Whether you're selling cars or boats or, again, a dental office, auto repair shop, anywhere people are waiting in a waiting room, could you have free drinks, free snacks, free Wi-Fi, free arcade games for the kids, and an in-shop movie theater, plus $200 cash back, plus a free customer care kit? What could you put in a customer care kit? This is a windshield place, so they got a tint strip for the windshield and wipers for the windshield. But what could you put in for your business in a customer care kit? And what kind of food could you give from another local business or any other local business service that you could put in there? Free chip repair. I mean, come on now. They're just heaping it on there. Here's some more. We just love you. We're going to care for you. We're going to, every minute you're waiting there, you're going to not want to leave. When we say, oh, your car's done, the kids are going to be moaning, oh, but I'm in the middle of the game. Oh, but it's a great movie. Oh, but I want to eat more snacks and get more free drinks. I mean, Dad, can we, I'm just guessing. I'm laughing because I'm thinking about the kids going out and throwing rocks at the windshield. Dad, we want to go get another windshield replacement so we can get some more free drinks and play games and watch a movie. I mean, like, do you have people coming into your business wanting to come in so badly because of all the great experience they're going to have there and all the free stuff they get in addition to whatever they're paying for, right? So understand what people like. They like discounts. They like free stuff. They like customer care kits. They like food. Pretty much everyone likes food. And what do they not like? Well, they don't like a bad waiting experience. Think about whatever your ideal prospects, your customers, your clients, your patients, your members, whatever they are to you. What are their pet peeves? What do they not like? Overcome those. What do they like? Give them a ton of that. Make your offer irresistible. And then you want to repeat that offer in a campaign, not just a one-time thing. You want to repeat it over and over and over and over. I might not be saving this or putting it up on the refrigerator or on the bulletin board and waiting until I get a windshield replacement. You probably want to send me this more than once. Oh, look, what do I got here? Same exact postcard I received like weeks apart. And if I look back or thought about it, I'll look forward and think about it. I probably get these about one every month or so. So, man, if I don't keep one, another one's arriving pretty soon. I mean, because competitor stuff is arriving. I also think it's probably in my Clipper coupon mailer and in my Valpak and probably using pay-per-click advertising and Facebook ads. I mean, those are the ways. So we've talked about the ideal target who, that's your ideal target prospect that you want to do business with you. What are their likes? What are their dislikes? We're talking all about the irresistible offer. So we have the ideal target who, that's the first W. The irresistible offer is the O. And now we're talking about the ways that you get that irresistible offer in front of that ideal target who in every way you possibly can, as often as you possibly can. Multiple mailings, emails, phone calls, billboards, TV commercials, you name it. When you have an irresistible offer that works, then you'll want to think of all the ways to get it out there. And that is the wow strategy. When you get those three things right, you know all about your ideal target who, what they like, what they don't like, what they will respond to. You put together an irresistible offer for them, and then you figure out the ways that they want to receive that irresistible offer in a way that they will respond. You have the wow strategy. If your advertising and marketing is not working gangbusters, as well as you could possibly imagine, and even better, it is because, I assure you, either one or two or all three of those elements, there's a problem with them. That's the wow strategy. You want more help with that? I've got some free training for you. Go to thewowstrategy.com. There you go. I use the most powerful word in all of advertising and marketing right there, the word free. Go get some free training at thewowstrategy.com and be back here again tomorrow for some more free training on Topical Tuesday. Thanks for being here today. Oh, I got a question here. We got Phil Brakefield here, who is a master marketer himself. Phil says we used to do a continuity program. That means like a subscription. You get paid over and over. With limited edition t-shirts for each trade show we did. Collectible graphics, limited quantity. I love this. So in other words, you're going to, if I get this right, Phil, you're going to trade shows. Phil was in the promotional items business for almost 50 years. And you're going to the same trade show every year. Same people are coming up. And so every year you have a different edition. And people now want to collect them all. They want to fulfill and get the whole collection, right? So now you're getting people anticipating, I got to get over to Phil's booth. I just got to get to that booth because I got to get my t-shirt this year. And you're really setting them up for that with a limited quantity. Oh, I got to be one of the first 500 people or first 100 people or whatever to get to that booth. I just got to get there. Doors open. What number booth is it? I got to stampede and get in there. And that goes to my before, during, and after strategy for trade shows, which we can get into some other time. But when you have an offer like that, you want to create this stampede to your booth. You want to do a whole before campaign. Hey, everyone, this is our booth number this year, and this is the limited edition, and this is the limited quantity this year. Get over there in the first few minutes or whatever the limit is to this booth. It's down to the left to the whatever. That's the before. During, you have the giveaway, and after, you have a ton of follow-up as well. That's a before, during, and after strategy. So multiple tips here, courtesy of Phil Brakefield. Bill says, bingo. So I guess I got it somewhat close to correct. That is a fantastic strategy to use for trade show marketing. So we've covered a whole bunch of stuff. If your postcards aren't working, not using the WOW strategy. If you're not making money with trade shows and you're thinking of giving them up, which so many people are, you're not doing the trade shows right. So get a hold of Phil, get a hold of me, go to thewowstrategy.com and get some help. This is not the time with all this rampant inflation and people talk, the market is up. The market is barely, pretty much just keeping track with inflation. Of course, the prices and costs and revenues are up all over the place. It's called inflation. So tough economy, things are not great out there. It's not the time to be a lone ranger. It's time to get help from experts who know how to help you. It can be me and somebody else. Please just get the help. And thanks for being here today. I'll catch you back here again tomorrow on Topical Tuesday. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, everyone, for being here live or on the replay. Catch you tomorrow. Over and out. Bye-bye.